Alright, so now that we have erased away the mistake of making AB the base, let us try now using AC as the base. As usual, the base, we try to draw it as low as possible so that we have enough space at the top for the actual construction of the triangle. So from the 0 mark to 5 cm, let's label this as AC is 5 cm. And next up, AB is equals to 7 cm. For this, since a side is provided, we'll be using the compass. So sharp end at 0, pencil end at 7. AB is 7 cm. So we know B will be somewhere around here. We don't know where exactly yet. So the A will be the sharp point. And let's draw an arc for B, where we know it can be anywhere. So let's just try to draw one smooth arc instead of going over and over again. Next information we have is angle BCA is 50 degrees. We know B can be anywhere here. C is here, our angle C, and A. So let's set the angle at C. And let's calculate, let's set where the 50 degrees mark is. So we go 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 degrees. Let's make a mark at 50 degrees. Now the mark is made. Let's join from the point C to go through to this mark that we have made. Alright, but let's not just stop here. Let's carry on all the way up till we hit the arc. And once we hit the arc, a triangle has 3 sides again. So from here all the way down to A. And we know that this point is called B. So let's check. Question states AB is 7 cm. Is AB really 7 cm? Yes, it is. So let's label 7 cm. And also angle BCA is 50 degrees. BCA 50 degrees. Is it really 50 degrees? And yes, it is 50 degrees. And so we have the construction of the triangle. And please label as A, because that's your question A. Now for question B, measure and write down the length of BC. So from B all the way to C, I get about 9.1 cm. So question B, I'll just write BC is equals to 9.1 cm. If you get about 9 cm, it's still acceptable. Next, measure and write down the size of angle ABC. Keywords: measure and write down. Alright, so angle ABC. So for measuring, we know that we can measure angle B. So we can always turn this, set the cross at angle B. 0 mark is correct, and the angle when we follow it is, we get 33 degrees. Alright, so now we know that it's 33 degrees. What we can do is we can write it on the diagram itself, but still we have to present it as such. We have to write down separately as question C, angle ABC is equals to 33 degrees. Now, as we can see, as we do more questions, the question requires us to do more constructions. So D part 1, construct the perpendicular bisector of AC. This is our line AC. We need to construct a perpendicular bisector. As mentioned, any form of bisector, we will use a compass. So sharp end at A, again, set your compass such that it is more than half, so about 3/4. Make arcs on both sides, top and bottom. And from C, again, arc on the top, arc on the bottom. Now let's use a ruler. From intersection to intersection, we will draw a straight line down. Again, don't just draw from intersection to intersection, draw a longer line. For this question, we know that AC is 5 cm. So when we draw a perpendicular bisector, we know that each length should be 2.5 cm. So let's just use a ruler to check. And yeah, we get about 2.4 to 2.5 cm. Alright, so we know that we are correct. So please again label the line D part 1. Alright, so the marker knows that this line or perpendicular bisector is for D part 1. For D part 2, bisector of angle ACB. So sometimes they can ask you to construct angle bisector ACB or bisector of angle ACB. So basically, it doesn't matter how they phrase it, as long as you see the word bisector and angle, it means you are required to draw an angle bisector. So ACB. So our angle of interest here is C, which we will need to cut into 2 equal parts. So again, try to draw at the 3/4 mark. Alright, so here we can see that one line is pretty short and other line is significantly longer. So don't be afraid. Alright, nothing to worry about. You choose the shorter line and again get the 3/4 mark, make an intersection on this line as well as this line. Alright, so I know there are a lot of lines, arcs going on. Alright, it's okay. Just be very mindful of where you have constructed the arcs. And the next one will be one more arc here. And this is where our arc was. And one more here. So now you realize that the intersections are not meeting. So what do? You can go back. Alright, so once you would have poked a hole, so you can feel the groove already. And draw it one more time. Make a longer arc, which is why in the first place you should draw a longer arc. And now you finally get the intersection. So using a ruler. Again, I always like to check my own work. Bisector of angle ACB. So first we can get the angle ACB, which is 50 degrees, or BCA, which is already given in the question. So when you draw a bisector, we would expect each angle to be half of 50 degrees, which is 25 degrees. So let's just draw the line and use our protractors to check. And yes, exactly 25 degrees. So I know that my angle bisector is correct. So please again label the line D, question D, part 2. So like this, we have already done the whole question of 10 in 10 minutes.